Grow a Garden, a Roblox game developed by a 16-year-old, has rapidly gained unprecedented popularity, setting a new record for the most concurrent players in gaming history, surpassing even industry giant Fortnite. This simple yet engaging game allows players to cultivate virtual gardens, plant seeds, and trade or steal crops in a relaxed, stress-free environment. Its aesthetic, reminiscent of Minecraft, and soothing classical soundtrack offer a tranquil escape from the high-energy demands of traditional gaming. The game's success highlights a growing interest in cozy games, which focus on relaxation and creativity rather than competition and combat. The game's rise coincides with the delay of the highly anticipated Grand Theft Auto VI by Take-Two Interactive, sparking discussions about the diversity of gaming experiences and challenging traditional views of what constitutes a true gamer. While some critics argue that such titles are not taken seriously by the gaming establishment, others see this as a shift towards more inclusive and varied gaming experiences, echoing past debates around games like Animal Crossing and Candy Crush. As Grow a Garden continues to attract millions of players, it has positively impacted Roblox's financial performance, potentially exceeding Wall Street's earnings expectations. The game's popularity not only boosts Roblox's revenue, but also underscores a shift in gaming culture towards more diverse and community-driven experiences, appealing to a broad spectrum of players, including both casual gamers and completionists.
In recent news, Robert Kirkman, creator of the Invincible comic series, announced a new fighting game titled Invincible vs., which will showcase the diverse cast of characters from the franchise in 3 version 3 battles. This decision to develop a fighting game instead of an open-world game was influenced by the high costs associated with the latter. During a roundtable interview at San Diego Comic-Con, Kirkman highlighted the immense budget required for open-world games, referencing the rumored $1-2 billion budget for the upcoming Grand Theft Auto VI, GTA 6 by Rockstar Games. Such exorbitant costs make fighting games a more feasible option for developers who want to explore expansive universes without the financial burden of creating a vast open world. The choice of a fighting game also stems from Kirkman's personal affinity for the genre, having been an avid player of classics like Street Fighter II and Mortal Kombat. He believes that fighting games are an ideal platform to showcase a large number of characters, allowing players to engage with multiple personas from the Invincible universe. Unlike open-world games, where the focus is typically on a single protagonist, this strategic pivot not only aligns with budgetary constraints, but also taps into the nostalgic appeal and enduring popularity of fighting games, promising a satisfying experience for fans of the series.
Gearbox Software has unveiled a new trailer for Borderlands 4, focusing on the introduction of a new character, Rafa, a cyber soldier equipped with a live-frame exosuit. This trailer takes a satirical jab at the gaming industry, portraying a violent clash at a shareholder meeting where creative ideas are literally shot down to save costs. The narrative humorously critiques corporate greed and mismanagement, drawing parallels to real-world issues within the industry. Rafa's character, a melee-focused vault hunter, adds a fresh dynamic to the series, promising a blend of intense combat and dark humor that Borderlands fans have come to expect. Borderlands 4 is set to feature the largest and most seamless world in the series, made possible through what Gearbox humorously calls technical bulls ***. This installment aims to push the boundaries of the franchise by introducing new gameplay mechanics and a storyline that promises to be less dumb as a bag of hammers, according to Gearbox. The game is being developed for multiple platforms, including PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC, and aims to attract both longtime fans and newcomers. The trailer's reception has been largely positive, with fans expressing relief over the series' return to its roots while introducing innovative elements. As the game heads towards its release, it remains to be seen how these ambitious changes will resonate with the gaming community.
Majorina, a newly released indie PvP game, is making waves in the gaming community with its innovative use of voice-activated commands. Stylized after classic boomer shooters, the game features pixelated graphics and nostalgic music, but its standout feature is the ability to cast spells by speaking their names into a microphone. This unique approach to gameplay has captured the attention of tens of thousands of players who are eager to experience this novel mechanic. The game's design challenges the conventional use of voice in gaming, which has typically been limited to proximity chat, particularly in cooperative and horror genres. The success of Mage Arena highlights a potential shift in how voice commands might be utilized in future games. While previous attempts by major companies like Microsoft to integrate voice commands into gaming have not been entirely successful, Mage Arena's popularity suggests that there is untapped potential in this area. By transforming the player's voice into a primary tool for gameplay execution, the game not only offers a fresh experience but also encourages support for indie developers. Available for purchase on Steam, Mage Arena is an example of how indie games can push the boundaries of game design and offer new ways to engage players.
Capcom's latest financial report reveals intriguing shifts in the gaming market, with Monster Hunter Wilds, despite being the best-selling game of 2025, with over 10 million units sold, experiencing a sharp decline in sales. Released on February 28, 2025, the game's sales plummeted from April to June, with only 477,000 units sold in Q1, placing it ninth among Capcom's top sellers. This downturn is attributed to negative feedback on its PC performance and a lack of endgame content, crucial for maintaining player engagement in online games. Responding to this, Capcom is advancing the release of additional endgame content initially slated for late September to August 13, 2025, as part of the VR.1.021 update, which will introduce new quest difficulties and a reward system. In contrast, older titles from the Devil May Cry series have seen a resurgence in sales, driven by the successful release of Netflix's Devil May Cry series on April 3, 2025. Devil May Cry 5 led Capcom's sales in Q1 with 1.7 million units sold, followed by the Devil May Cry HD Collection and Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. This trend mirrors past instances where successful adaptations, such as the Fallout TV series, boosted game sales. Capcom's strategic timing of content releases, like the potential announcement of Devil May Cry 6, could capitalize on this renewed interest. Meanwhile, the Resident Evil series also saw strong sales bolstered by the announcement of Resident Evil Requiem, further highlighting the impact of multimedia adaptations and strategic content updates on game sales.
Bloober Team, renowned for their work in psychological horror, has unveiled their latest project, Chronos: The New Dawn, a game that blends elements of survival horror with a deep sci-fi narrative. Drawing inspiration from iconic titles such as Silent Hill, Dead Space, and Bloodborne, Chronos aims to offer a more profound story than typically found in Resident Evil games. Set in a foggy, diseased version of 1980s Poland, the game introduces a unique merge system, where enemies can combine to form more powerful adversaries, adding a strategic gameplay layer. Led by director Jacek Ziba and writer Grzegorz Like, the development team seeks to pay homage to the survival horror genre while innovating with a serious narrative tone. The game's compelling female protagonist navigates a grotesque, alien-infested world, with real-life cats included as collectibles to lighten the grim atmosphere. Alongside Dying Light: The Beast, the third installment in Techland series known for its survival horror and parkour mechanics, Chronos is poised to lead a renaissance in the horror gaming genre in 2025. While Dying Light: The Beast introduces a new beast mode and meticulously crafted quests, Chronos promises to resonate with fans through its fresh take on horror storytelling and gameplay mechanics, available on platforms like the PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC. These titles exemplify the innovative approaches developers are taking to push the boundaries of fear and storytelling in gaming.
The long-awaited fan-made remake of the classic Japanese RPG, JRPG Mother 1, known in the West as Earthbound Beginnings, is finally set to release next year after an 18-year development journey. Originally released in Japan in 1989, the game didn't receive an official English translation until 2015, when it was released on the Wii U Virtual Console. This unofficial remake project has seen several iterations, starting with a fan named Tomato in 2007, followed by another developer, HS, who worked on it until 2010. The project was revitalized in 2021 by a developer named Gabby, who has been working with the PK Hack community to bring this beloved NES classic to life with updated visuals and gameplay. The upcoming fan-made remake aims to capture the charm of the original game while improving upon its mechanics, such as reducing the frequency of random encounters, a feature that often frustrated players of the original version. The remake is designed as a ROM hack of Earthbound, the 1994 SNES sequel, and seeks to emulate the sprite style, tileset, music, and programming of the original developers. This project is not the only fan-led effort in the Mother series. Another project, Mother Encore, is also in development. The Earthbound Beginnings remake is set to launch on June 14, 2026, and has already garnered attention for its nostalgic yet refreshed take on a cult classic, promising to be a significant event for fans of the series and JRPG enthusiasts alike.
In a recent revelation, former Capcom producer Yoshiki Okamoto shared insights into the financial dynamics of developing games for the NES, highlighting how Nintendo was the primary beneficiary in the cartridge era. Okamoto explained that while a Famicom cartridge sold for 10,000 yen, only a portion of that amount was retained by developers like Capcom, with a significant share going to Nintendo and manufacturing costs. This setup often left third-party developers struggling to turn a profit due to upfront costs and delayed payments, sometimes taking up to 6 months for profits to materialize. Despite these challenges, Okamoto acknowledged that the NES and SNES platforms were instrumental for Capcom, allowing them to establish a foothold in the gaming industry, as evidenced by the success of titles like Street Fighter II. The transition from cartridges to discs marked a significant turning point for developers like Capcom. With the advent of the PlayStation, manufacturing costs plummeted, and Sony's more favorable terms, such as returning a portion of their share if unsold discs were returned, allowed developers to achieve higher profitability. This shift not only reduced financial strain, but also enabled faster restocking, allowing companies to better respond to market demands. Okamoto's reflections offer a fascinating glimpse into the economic landscape of the gaming industry during the late 80s and early 90s, underscoring the transformative impact of technological advancements on game development and distribution.
The highly anticipated Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodlines 2, developed by the Chinese Room and published by Paradox Interactive, is set to release this fall. Unlike other open-world games such as Grand Theft Auto, the developers have emphasized that Bloodlines 2 will focus on creating a detailed, immersive experience rather than a sprawling open-world environment. Art director Ben Matthews explained that the game's version of Seattle prioritizes quality and detail over sheer size, aiming to create a dense and engaging setting for players. This design choice aligns with the series' roots in role-playing and narrative depth, distinguishing it from exploration-heavy titles like Skyrim or The Witcher 3. The development journey of Bloodlines 2 has been long and complex, with the game changing hands and undergoing significant redevelopment over the years. The Chinese Room, now an independent studio, has taken the helm to ensure that the sequel lives up to the expectations set by its predecessor. Fans of the original Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodlines, as well as newcomers to the World of Darkness universe, can look forward to a game that remains true to its narrative-driven and role-playing origins. The release of Bloodlines 2 in October marks a significant moment for the franchise, as it seeks to deliver a richly detailed and immersive experience that fans have eagerly awaited for over 2 decades.
Nintendo has rolled out a significant update to the Super Nintendo Entertainment System (SNES) app on its Switch and Switch 2 platforms, enhancing the retro gaming experience with a new CRT filter. This update aims to replicate the authentic visual experience of playing SNES games on older CRT televisions, which were the standard when these games were originally released. The new filter, described as an NTSC video style, offers a more accurate representation of the scanlines and interlacing that characterize CRT displays, providing a nostalgic touch for players seeking to relive the classic gaming era. This update accompanies the addition of the beloved game Mario Paint to the service, further expanding the nostalgic offerings available to Nintendo Switch Online subscribers. In addition to the SNES app update, Nintendo has announced a Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase scheduled for July 31st, which will reveal upcoming games for both the Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 from third-party developers and publishers. This event is highly anticipated by gamers eager to learn about new titles and collaborations. Furthermore, the Switch 2 has received a minor hardware update focused on general system stability improvements, ensuring a smoother gaming experience. Nintendo's continuous efforts to enhance both software and hardware demonstrate its commitment to maintaining the relevance and appeal of its platforms in a competitive gaming market.